Arsenal forward Kai Havertz is set for a spell on the sidelines with a knee injury. That is the news from David Ornstein. It feels like there's this kind of like dark cloud over our squad building and our recruitment and the players we've got available. And it's kind of overshadowing what was a good start to the season. We won at Manchester United, we won at Old Trafford. But we're thinking about the long term. And a player like Kai Havertz needs to be available for it. First and foremost, I wish him a speedy recovery. Came on against Man United to look good, but either way, this is a player who's got injured. He'll want to be playing. He'll be going through some discomfort, some pain. He'll be going through whatever treatment he needs, and we wish him all the best. The byproduct of that is Arsenal don't have Kai Havertz available. They don't have Gabriel Jesus available. We knew we wanted a new left winger anyway, another forward. What are Arsenal going to do in the market? Now, some of you might be going, why do you think Arsenal will react in the market? Well, that's because what David Ornstein is saying. His initial tweet actually said that Arsenal forward Kai Havertz is out for a spell with a knee injury. Assessments on the 26-year-old at an early stage, so prognosis and duration is unclear. But Arsenal are actively exploring the transfer market for a signing to strengthen attack and provide cover. So they are in the market looking to do something about this Kai Havertz injury. What does that look like? Let's go into a little bit more of the article. So he says that assessments are an early stage. We need to remember that this knee injury is, I think as I say, it's separate to the hamstring injury, but you never know how much surgery on one thing can affect something going forward. You never know how maybe having one serious injury can impact the body long term, because Kai Havertz is a very reliable, sturdy player. This is someone who's regularly available. Very, very rarely injured. It was a shock when he got the hamstring injury, but also wasn't that much of a shock because we knew how much football he was playing and how much he was being run into the ground. Is that a question to be asked? You know, are we managing these players right? We're seeing a lot of the more sturdy ones getting regular injuries, but forget that, because I'm not, physio in any way. I can't speak on that professionally. I can only ask the question. We don't know what's caused this knee injury, but we do know that in an open training session today, Kai Havertz and Ben White weren't spotted playing. Now we know about Kai Havertz. Now, again, the assessments are an early stage, so prognosis and duration of any layoff is unclear. But why are we hearing about this in this way? Via David Ornstein, with the quick caveat that Arsenal are searching the market to see what they can do. That tells me that there's something quite serious to this injury. That tells me that there's a very real chance that we're looking at months, not weeks. I don't think Arsenal would panic in the transfer window when we knew we needed players anyway and they seemed quite blasé about it. I don't think they would panic and pick someone up because Kai Havertz has got a small knee injury that's going to keep him out a couple of weeks. Knees are pretty serious things. Knee injuries in football, and they're not to be messed with. There's a very real chance when this comes out, we're talking months. Now, I don't want to put things out there that aren't true. I can only read between the lines and tell you my opinion. So don't run with this as fact. This is just my opinion. I think Kai Havertz's injury is going to prove to be semi-serious. So it's going to keep him out for a significant enough amount of time that Arsenal feel they've got to do something in the market. What that looks like, we can explore that in a sec. But you've got to remember that Gabriel Jesus is out as well. Now, he had an ACL injury, a knee injury from January that has kept him out. It's probably going to keep him out a total of 10, 11 months. Because in the article, it's also said by David Ornstein that Gabriel Jesus, a more tried and tested option, is still recovering from the anterior cruciate ligament injury suffered in January and is not expected back for some time. So let's just go through the forward options. Saka and Madueke, maybe down on the right wing. Havertz, but then you've got Jesus, but he's injured. Havertz is injured, so Gyökeres is the only one who's available. Trossard, Martinelli on the left. Madueke could play on the left. Downman's 15. People aren't too happy about Martinelli. Two of them are injured, as I mentioned. Like, I've listed a lot of names, but we're talking about going for a title. We need to be a little bit more dependable in that area of the pitch. And quite frankly, at the moment, it's not looking like that, especially with the Kai Havertz injury. But even before that, we felt we needed something. So Arsenal might be forced into a window that they should have been involved in anyway. They might be forced to do business that they should have been looking to do anyway. And I've got to be honest, you can probably sense in my tone, I'm frustrated by this, people. I'm not here, which I know some people will be doing. And like I said, first and foremost, we don't want players being injured. But some people will be going, okay, well, maybe now Arsenal might actually sign a forward and long term will be better for it. We are not better for not having Kai Havertz available to play in what is a run of really crucial games, especially when he's coming off the bench and doing a job like he did against Manchester United and looking quite good, especially when there's a different option to Gyökeres and might be a little bit more suited for the here and now right now. I'm not Kai Havertz's biggest fan. I think we should be persistent with Gyökeres, but I want Mikel Arteta to have options and I want him to have his players available. I don't want another injury-plagued season like last year. So we could be forced into the window. Why we weren't acting more desperately then, I don't know. Is the Eze deal still doable? Eze's a player that could play left wing, false nine. You could put Martinelli or Trossard up front for Eze on the left. By the way, that Trossard deal doesn't look so bad now, does it? Oh, Arsenal. We have to do something. Eze would still be my preference, but I think they're going to look for someone who can play across that front three much more comfortably, and that's the Lookmans of this world, the Semenyos, the players that Rodrigo, if he's available, is he? And I don't know, but I think we'll be looking for that kind of option. I don't see Arsenal going and buying a striker because I don't see them wanting new striker, Gyökeres, Havertz and Jesus all from November, December when all of them are suddenly available. If Havertz's injury isn't as serious as that. Let's see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, people. How do Arsenal address this? What do Arsenal do in terms of going into the window? Does it have to be a left winger so Martin and Trossard could be used as striking options? Does it have to be an out-and-out striker? I still think Eze could come in and then help facilitate the problems in the front line. Not facilitate the problems, what's the word? Help alleviate the problems in the front line is the word I'm looking for. Trying to use big words, I don't know. Because I think it's really, really crucial that whoever comes in isn't just doing a job for now, isn't just a panic signing, but there is a longer term vision to how Arsenal look when that new players come in and Havertz is fit and Jesus is fit and Gyökeres is firing goals and Trossard, who just gave a pay rise to, who's actually playing well. Martinelli discovers the form that Arteta keeps trying to play him into. We need to be ready for all these things. Madueke emerges as the starting left winger we wanted. Dalman's too good to leave out. Okay, so it can't be an out and out left winger necessarily. They've got to be able to drop into other areas of the pitch and have a longer term role in this squad. That's why I still favour the Eze deal, but I'd love to know what a lot of you will think. But it looks like Eze's going to Tottenham. Who else is out there? A lot of forwards have moved. How many are still available? But I've listed a few there. Let me know in the comment section below who you think Arsenal should go for. Really, really curious to know your thoughts. And obviously when we know the timing of this injury, how long he's out for, we will obviously do a breaking news on that. Best wishes to Kai Havertz. We wish him a speedy recovery. And it's not ideal. We can't have another injury-plagued season, especially to key players. All right, like, subscribe, catch you in a bit.